person you have called at 24260111970 is not available to take your call. Record your message at the tone. After recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options. To send a fax, press 4. To send a fax with voice annotation, record your message at the tone, then press the start button on your fax machine.
Tiffany, it is now 3:58. You were told to bring them children to me every 2 weeks by Justice Milton Evans, regardless to whatever the issue is, in regards to my appeal or whatever the deal went in that case. And from the time that order was made, whatever order it is, you have never complied to that judge's order. You hate authority. And for this, and by the way, I'm recording this conversation. If I don't hear from my children by 8 o'clock, I swear to God in heaven, I put up my video and I start to launch a decisive attack, primarily on those responsible for trying to ruin my good name. Starting with you, Tiffany Patricia Roll, and those Haitian brothers, and all of them who tried to fight with me, argue with me, and threaten my life, and did all a bunch of nonsense. I give you, okay, until 6 o'clock to let me talk to my children, or at least let me see my children. You're a thief. You're trying to thief everything away from them children by trying to prevent them children from understanding who their father is. Y'all is a bunch of thieves. And it's a pleasure for me to expose you. You tried to tell me, but this is about me and you. When I said to you, Tiffany, this being about me and you, it has nothing to do with me and you now. It has everything to do with the poor Bahamian people who will lose their life if I don't stand up against these criminals and crooks running the Bahamian people government, lying but they believe in Bahamians, knowing that they are responsible for all kind of guns on the street. And have all kind of illegal immigrants, Haitians, smuggling their way into this country and hiding in bushes while you, working for General Electric G Water Processing Technologies, bringing action against your children's father in the name of Aqua Designs, the very same company that you were office administrator at the time when Getty Sonaris and Emmanuel Francis was hired on that to work with that company. Okay? Now, Anton Austin, the general manager at the time, 2005, and around the time the Perry Glaston Christie government was running this country. I'm not surprised at a lot of things happening for Bimini, because Bimini, as it relates to Neil Ellis and Tiffany Patricia Roll and Reverend Oriel Roll and Patricia Roll, is trying to defraud me out of my hereditary sovereign right. And y'all know about my grandfather because y'all is the church. Y'all been around long enough to know about the associations, what islands have what associations, who are so, and what islands is responsible. But your interest is really only for Acklands, simply because that's where Amos Jr. Miller born in 1970. This young lady, you could call me from a telephone number 601-1970. You need to change that. 601-19, 6 plus 1 is 7, and this is God, and I'm a man. 6 is the number of man. 1967, it was all about this. 3 years later, I born. 3 years after that, I ended up in the house of Willis Miller. Okay? The man that great men like Loftus Roker, who ran our country and was doing a good job for the Bahamian people. Father taught him everything he knew. And then eventually, he went and studied law. To God be the glory for people like them. You were supposed to fight on the side of justice and truth and be balanced and bring the hands of the Haitian and the hands of the Cuban and the hands of the Bahamian and the Jamaicans and the Philippines and the Americans and the Great Britain, we were chosen to bring the hands together and not to separate. Now you all have to cause me have to choose what side I on. I fight for God. I down the middle. I'm a victorious warrior in the Lord's army. I don't know what y'all into in this country other than for y'all to try to defraud me out of my young children while so young. This is not about a man fighting for no wife alone. I started out for the family, but it didn't end that way.
To replay this message, press 1. To append to your recording, press 2. To mark the message urgent, press 3. To mark the message private, press 4. To attach a fax to this voice annotation. Resume recording.
You see? Now I'm telling you, it's absolutely wrong for you.
Recording limit. To send the message, press pound. To replay.
For you.
Confirmed. You may now hang up or enter another extension.
For you to want to move on with your life, that's fair. Because, like you said, the marriage didn't work. But you don't try to do what you did to me and then ask for 50% of what you and I would have worked for when we were younger. You want to end up with everything what I worked for when I was young, all of my strength, and then when I'm not young no more, to work as hard as you worked for those, to work again, to start again. You want everything and the rest, and then what do you want to do? End up with Emmanuel Francis and Mr. Brown, or both, or which one? I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling your father, and I'm telling your mother, in between 2010 and 2013, what your house tried to do to this young man, I will not let y'all live this down until I get Joshua. They ain't your children more than mine. Now, because there's some corrupt men and women in the church and in our political office and some corrupt ones in our civic offices. All y'all got to do is tell the Bahamian people publicly what Amos talking is a bunch of nonsense. And furthermore, this is how I'll checkmate y'all right now. And this is what I'm asking any government and every government. And if y'all can't tell the people who is number one in the Bahamas and why, then I suggest y'all start listening to me a little more. Because now I understand much more than I needed to understand. And y'all should show here for my attorney, General Electric, and the system in this Bahamas. And what y'all did to me in the name of Aqua Designs, Bahamas Limited, G Water Processing Technologies, Getty Sonatas, Emmanuel Francis, Tiffany Patricia Roll, Denise Taylor. What y'all tried to do to me is egregious. And Tiffany and your cousin, Nanelle, whatever her name is. Okay? Y'all try to mess with my little children's happiness for money and for fame and for fortune and to be connected to who? Boy, connected to the Most High. And if Perry Glasson Christie and Hubert Alexander Ingram and the President of the United States and the Royal House of Windsor don't start to show me some respect, those hungry brothers I got on the street, they ready to reveal what I taught them. Either which way, the 2nd of June 2014 will not be the same no more, because on that day, if I'm still alive, I'll be known as what the history books of this country say is supposed to be known as. The most purest breed in Bahamian history when it comes to the name. And y'all tried to defraud me out of this, and look what y'all use. My ex-wife, y'all use someone who I love. And now y'all trying to prevent me from enjoying the benefits of this country like y'all have given to foreigners. Y'all was enjoying it, Hubert Ingram, for 35 years. Perry Christie, you been enjoying it for 37, going for 38. And let me tell y'all, this ain't no game. I love law and order, but at the end of the day, I don't love y'all more than my life. Y'all is a bunch of crooks who try to take everything from me. And as far as I'm concerned, the Royal House of Windsor should have honored Willis Miller coming back from any kind of war, knowing the man was also on the contract. But you know, they don't honor no man like that, because those days they was responsible for. And I'm telling the House of Windsor, I'm telling the Bahamas government, right now, in my humble opinion, the corrupt prime minister we have, unfortunately, governing this country, this is not insurrection. This is the resurrection of the young man and soon to be a black race. The charter that was surrendered to the House to London in regards to the slaves, chattel slaves. That document belongs to me. That's my birthday present for burning on the 2nd of June, 1970. And since y'all took the young lady, however she got in my life and why, y'all put it together, I don't mind. But you know, Lord Royal House is going to hold no stick the disableness of my child. Well then, you know what? Let the time come and he can't take that surgery no more. Either which way, I'm going to start showing y'all what kind of power I have.